Hello, hello, my lovely Leos, and welcome to Vivid Vibration Tarot. My name is Christina, and I'm going to be doing your general read for the upcoming full moon. It is a blood moon lunar eclipse in Sagittarius, so seems really intense. And I can't claim to know a whole lot about it, so I won't even, attempt to have an opinion on it. I'll just stick to tarot for now. I hope that y'all are doing well. And yeah, let's see what we have in store here for my Leos. Get a couple more cards here. Okay, what do we have here for my Leos? I think that's funny. Last read we had the King, and this one we have the Queen. The Queen, the Vessel, the Nectar, the Kiss, the Vision, and the Creator. Okay. It's been a fun couple of weeks, yeah. I feel like it's only just begun. There is, okay, so I want to say, like, with the Vessel, we have the idea of build it or break it. I think a lot of my Leos have had people coming in from the past. There's just been a lot of, retrograde season, right? Like that's the name of the game typically is, people returning from the past. And I think there's just this question of, do I want to fix this with this person or not? Do I see this as something that can be, rebuilt and made into something even more beautiful? Or is it something that's, shattered beyond oblivion and I can't even do anything with it? And, honestly, Leos, I kind of want to say that you, in your mind, view this as something that's, like, beyond repair, I'm sorry, this has been shattered into oblivion. There's literally nothing that I can do with this, it's not that I didn't try, it's not that I didn't care, it's not any of these things, but, I can't, it's that idea of, I can't fix anybody, I had to fix myself, and I'm not responsible for fixing another person any more than that person is responsible for fixing me. Can I be there to offer support? Yes. Can I be there to, offer guidance? Absolutely. But, is it my job to fix you? No. And if you're lazy or, you're too afraid or, whatever reason or excuse you have, then, that's on them, not on you. You know what I mean? It's well, okay, if you're cool where you're at, then stay where you're at. You know what I mean? It's not my job to talk you out of that. I will be there to talk you through it if you decide to move in that direction. But I can't talk you into changing. You have to do that yourself. You have to want to do that yourself. And I feel like really and truly, you're just kind of you're not really sold on it. I say all of that because we have the Creator here, and the idea with the Creator is that there's a void. The void is nothingness, right? It's just kind of it's a vast black hole. And the thing is that, that's where universes and galaxies come from, when the void implodes on itself and then expands. And then when it expands, it creates this massive, intricate creation. So I kind of want to say that the idea here is that there's somebody influencing you, and gender neutral, you know, obviously take it how it resonates. There's masculine energy, feminine energy, but you know, the Queen is a card that it speaks to the idea of, you know, like a queen can be very benevolent, or you know, she can like wreak havoc, but like ultimately it's the king and the queen who are in control, and the queen is the one who takes notice of her people and their needs, and in turn, you know, influences the king. I mean, the queen is very influential in her nature. You know, it's like the neck that turns the head in the direction it needs to go. And and I feel like Leos, the person that you're dealing with is coming in as an influencer. You know, like they're like, okay, I know that this is broken. I know that, you know, there's been nothing here. I know that it's not your responsibility to fix me. You know, like, and I want to show you, I feel like almost this idea of like, I want to show you all of the ways that things have changed. And we have the vision here. And, you know, Leos, you're nothing if not visionaries. We're leaders, you know, like we see the big picture, and we, you know, like we don't get hung up on, you know, like the details of it all. It's like, no, okay, like I see, this is what I want. So I know that I, you know, like in order to get here, I need to, you know, take this path, and then I need to turn in this direction, and then I need to do this. And we don't get like caught in this, like, oh my God, I've been on this forever. Or, oh my God, you know, like this, you know, this thing got in my way, or that thing got in my way. You know, it's like, okay, yeah, shit happens along the way, but I see the big picture. I see the vision of what I'm moving toward. And I almost want to say that this person is coming in and they're like, listen, I see your vision, and I want to turn your head in a direction that will get us there faster. You know, like almost like you were out here and you saw this, and it's like, but they were down here and they saw this. You know, they were like, look what I found when I was down here. You know, like when I was down here and I was shattered and I was in the void, you know, like I figured out, I found a new path. I found a way that'll get us there faster. Because I think that this person, and I say us because you also have the kiss and the nectar. And I think that this person is wanting to, you know, reach out to this, like the sweetness of life. I mean, the nectar is life-giving, you know, and the kiss is very intimate. And I think that they want to share in this journey with you, and, you know, even take you there more quickly, and ensure that you're not alone, you know, because as independent as we are, and, you know, like I'm really not convinced that anyone can ever really truly take a Leo's independence. You know, like it, ride or die for life, but I'm always gonna be me. I'm always gonna do my thing. I'm always gonna have my own interests and my, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like you don't ever really truly lose your independence, but you can, in fact, partner with someone who shares in your vision and helps you and strengthens you, you know, to get to that place in life that you want to be, because that's where they want to be as well. And that's kind of what's coming through with this. Okay. Let's see what else we can get for my muse. Ace of Pentacles. New beginning. Yeah. Typically this is like a new job. I know some of my Leos have started new jobs. Some of my Leos are getting ready to start new jobs. I feel like that has been a huge thing for my Leo reads for like the past few months, honestly. But you know, time is fluid, and some things carry out more quickly for some than others. You know, it just kind of depends on where we're at in our journey, right? Okay. So back to the vessel, the creator, and all such things. So like I was saying, that idea of like it's shattered, it's broken, it's a void, you know, like when you look at this, Leo, you're just kind of like, ugh, you know, like listen, you know, like that's a hot mess, and you're not really willing to put any work or effort into anything that you do. You know, like you're the type of person who's just gonna expect me to fix everything while you take advantage of all of, you know, all of the perks. You know, like no, no, thank you, kindly fuck off. You know, like, and I think this person really is just like upset about it. You know, they're sad. I mean, almost to the point of feeling like, what, I can't even do anything. Like there's nothing for me to do. You know, like Leo, no, I almost feel like there's that, like Leo sees through me. Like I can't come to Leo and play games because they already know what I'm planning on doing before I've even done it, and they've shut me down before I even had a chance to play them. You know, like damn. And they're I think they're recognizing that. You know, they're like if I want to play, if I want to be a little, you know, a little shit, then I can't even, you know, step next to Leo. I think they're pulled away from you. You know, I mean, the Hermit is, you know, a card of isolation and contemplation, and, you know, like illuminating, you know, what it is that, like, who am I? It's almost kind of like the empty room, I feel like. You know, like, who am I when no one's in the room? You know, what are all these demons that I face? I never noticed that before. You can see all of the, like, the bugs crawling around in there, and like the empty bottle. You know, and it's kind of like the poison and the, you know, the things that you've let bury you into a state of isolation. This card of the Hermit really gives the idea of like being buried beneath your demons and isolated because of them, which also fits into the idea of like this void of nothingness. But within the void comes the, you know, like the imploding on itself and expanding into this universe. So I think that there's this idea of like self-revelation. This is really heavy on like the other side. And obviously Leo's, take it how it resonates, you know, like it could be like vice versa. You know, you figure it out. You'll know. So you have the Knight of Wands here, and the Knight of Wands is like this call to action. I'm coming in with a message. You know, like knights are typically like fast moving, fast paced, and Temperance came out as well. And Temperance is the idea of balance. I mean, Leo's, I really do think that like y'all are like, this is representative of y'all's energy. You know, just finding your balance. I think Leo's, one of the things that we've really been doing over the past year even is just like, okay, like I recognize there are all of these factors and all of these elements that come into play in life, and I have to learn how to, rather than like I'm juggling it all and it's like things are falling down, you know, like find that balance, find that place where I can, you know, like I can pour from this cup to this cup, you know, like integrating your shadow, recognizing that everything's not light and love, but also it's not, you know, everybody's a liar and a thief. You know what I mean? Like you've got to, like, everyone embodies all of it. You know, like all of us embody all of it. And it's all meant to enhance the entirety of our experience, you know? And I feel like Leos, you guys have been in this place. I feel like you're in an elevated state. In comparison to this person, which is why I think you were just kind of like not really feeling it. You know, you've had your new beginning. You're starting over. You're okay. Which is again why I feel like it's this idea of like, yo, it's not my job to fix you. You know, like you're not gonna come in here and play with me and try and rob me of my peace. Why? So you can feed your ego? No. Like, get the fuck out. You know? Like, grow the fuck up, you know, or, you know, whatever. I mean, I really do feel like you guys look at this person and you're like, no. You don't even have to follow your intuition on this, you know, like I feel like you just know. But this person, I think, is having to follow their intuition. This person is having to really kind of like check themselves and see, why? Like, why is it that you feel this way? Why is it that, that this is going in the direction that it's going, like, because whenever they do anything, they I want to say they just don't do it from a place of sincerity. I want to say that this person that you're dealing with, Leos, is just an extremely insecure person, whether they realize it or not. Like, they may come off as like hella confident and arrogant, but they're not. I think they carry a lot of self-hate that they don't want to acknowledge or recognize. And they recognize that your love is pure and they want it desperately. But they're so full of self-hate that they don't believe that they're deserving of it. And because they don't believe they're deserving of it, they want to try and manipulate it out of you. What they don't understand is that, one, love is given freely. And two, if you fuck over the person who's giving you something freely, then that person's not going to give it to you. And it's not that that is for sale. It's that it's like you either honor and respect it or you don't receive it. Pretty simple, yeah? Ace of Pentacles again. And I really do feel like you guys are just coming into this new beginning. Like Pentacles is financial. So again, some of y'all are starting a new job. Some of y'all have just started a new job. The Ace of Pentacles in this deck is the idea, like, don't be discouraged by your small beginnings. Like, don't be discouraged by the way in which you start. So I don't know if maybe, like, you didn't get the job that you wanted, or like you didn't, like the relationship that you thought you were like, this is the one that I want, and that's not the one that you got. You were like, damn, like nothing is really like happening the way that I wanted it to happen. But you have Temperance again. It's that idea of like, but it's okay, because I know that it's that idea of, I know that the big picture is where I reside, and that there are 1,000,010 different ways to get to where I'm going. I'm still in the picture. Like, I'm still in the vision. I'm still doing what it is that I want to do. I still haven't lost sight of who I am and who I'm working toward being. And so I think for you, Leos, you're just really, like maintaining the pace. I feel like for you, this is like a slow and steady wins the race. Like, I'm not in a rush. I kind of feel like Leos, patience is not our virtue. Right? Like I lose patience with things very, very easily, especially myself, and when other people don't follow our lead, or, challenge us or push us, we're just like, we lose our patience. We're like, okay, fine, fuck off. Like I'm not chasing you. I'm not gonna like do this for you. I'm not gonna, like, no, like we lose our patience. And yet, we're coming into a place where it's like, we recognize when things are good, they're good. When they're bad, they're bad. I think there's been an element of us learning how to, and acquiring a level of patience, patience with ourselves, patience with other people. But patience does not mean that I'm going to accept disrespect. I can be an extremely patient person. That does not mean that I'm going to let you disrespect me. You know what I mean? Like, that's not the same thing. And there's been this, I feel like, this back and forth between you and this person of, well, you're not being patient with me, and you're like, nah, you're just not respecting me. Like, I'm patient as hell now. Like, do you see the changes that I've been through? Like, can you not see who I was and who I am? And I feel like there's been a battle of rhetoric. Like, they want to say this, and you're like, no, you're like, you can't spin this rhetoric on me and turn me into the bad guy, it won't happen. I won't allow for it. Again, why I think you look at this relationship and you're like, there's no way in hell. This is broken. We can't move forward with this. But I think that this person really wants to move forward with you toward a relationship that has emotional fulfillment and has just decided. They've decided. You know, they're following their intuition because they recognize one, that you're not a movable force. They can't manipulate you or out rhetoric you or like make you feel rushed. Like you're like, I'm not to be rushed. I mean, Leos, we're fire signs, so we're passionate and we're leaders, but we're kind of like that home and hearth fire sign. Like we're the fire that's constantly burning. Whereas like Aries is like that explosive fire that it burns really quickly and brightly, but it burns out really quickly and brightly. Like it burns out really quickly, just as quickly as it was lit, it's burned out. Whereas like Leo fire is constant. Like it will always be burning. It will always be the fire that you can come back to. And I feel like this person is recognizing that like no matter what they do, like you're that fire that's always burning and you're constantly moving toward your vision. Yeah. I think this person is a little bit intimidated by you and kind of afraid, honestly. I mean, the Nine of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. So it's just kind of this idea of like this person is like, they're like hesitant. They're like, can I even move forward with this with my Leo? Like, will they even have me? And I think that because of their hesitation, they've kind of stopped. I mean, the Knight of Pentacles is a card that speaks of someone who's just very, very focused on their craft. And people kind of look at him and they're like, yeah, what's that dude doing? Like, and he's focused. He's working on himself. He's working on his skills, so that he can become a king one day. Because I think that this person is recognizing the fact that they're not, they've been buried by their vices. They're not who they need to be. And that's not your fault. And that they're working on that. Because they want to be someone who you can rely on. Because they want you to be someone that they are allowed to rely on. Which is beautiful. They want to like an equal give and take in a partnership, in a new intimacy with you. So I feel like this is just like maybe a conversation that's occurring for you all. Like a decision, like this is where you are, this is where they are, kind of read. Let's do one more archetype and we'll call it a read for my Leos. The Flame. I want to say that like when all is said and done, Leos, I feel like if this person is willing to really sincerely put in the work, excuse me, work on themselves. Oh my God. And literally like, I feel like this person, whoever this person is like choking on their words. Wow. I'm having a physical reaction for no reason at all. I feel like this person is terrified. Ooh. So it doesn't feel natural or normal. But I think that they're scared. But I think that to you, Leo, I think you're drawn to this person. I think that you There's a magnetism between you and this person. And I think that you've always cared very deeply for this person, you know? And yet you will have also recognized the fact that I can't make you love yourself in order to hope that you will love me. And I recognize the fact that you will literally sabotage me out of your own fear and insecurity. And for that reason, I've said in the past, you know, no, this can't move forward. And I think, Leos, that you are very drawn to this person, and if this person is willing to recognize their role and what they've done and own it and take responsibility in their own development, that you can heal this, that from the void can, you know, this imploding can be this explosion of creation, and that it can be a vessel that you're able to move forward in. But I think that lies heavily in the hands of this other person, and you've reneged any responsibility in doing the work for them, you know, and basically said, you know, do it yourself, you know, because that's, you know, where were you when I needed that, you know, throwing shade, you know, talking about me behind my back, I didn't know, you know, putting me down, telling me that I should be able to take care of myself. Okay, you know what? Back at ya. But if I can do that for myself, then you can too. And if you're willing to do that, then we can move forward. If not, you know, deuces. Feels like a really intense conversation, and it feels really heavy, and I feel like this person is very afraid. I apologize for my coughing fit. I have no idea where that came from, at all. But yeah. Okay, I hope this resonates for y'all. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and have an amazing remainder of your month.